Hello my lovelies, I just have filmed this at the end or after I've just done that reading, this reading that's to come, because I'm going to put this at the beginning because it was a bit bitty to get going, but then the message came through better from Spirit. Okay, so please sort of, if at first you start watching this video and it's a bit like and you're thinking what the hell is this, it does have a potent message in it, but it comes out more during the video. Okay, so please, if you can, watch till the end so that you will have more light on the situation. Okay, my lovelies, love and light. Hello, my lovelies, Sophia here, and welcome to my channel, Sophia Psychic Tarot. Now, today's reading is going to be our weekly reading on the twin flame journey with the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. If you are new to my channel, welcome, and of course welcome to my existing subscribers. If you're new to the channel, then I do various pick a card readings. I do the weekly twin flame journey catch up. I also do a weekly reading for the week ahead for any star sign. Okay, it's just a general what Spirit wants to bring through for the week ahead. Also, I'm going to start doing a weekly love reading because not everybody is in a twin flame and not everybody has a pick a card reading that's a no contact, although there are other various pick a card readings. Also, once a week, which I'm now going to do twice a week actually because it's becoming more and more popular, is the live question and answers session. So please check out the community tab on my channel to see when the next sessions are. Okay, my lovelies, let's have a look at the collective energies of the Divine Masculines at this current time. Dear Spirit guides, please can you tell us what the Divine Masculines are feeling at this current time? What are their current energies? Okay, and what are the current energies of the Divine Feminines at this current time, please? Okay, I'm just going to pull some clarifiers, then we'll get into the reading. So while I'm clarifying this, please bear in mind that this is a general reading. Not everybody is on a twin flame journey, okay? And if it doesn't resonate, then this reading isn't for you. Also, the twin flames are at different stages, okay? So even though I do the twin flame journey as the weeks are going on, which I've put all in a playlist for you to see, the journey so far, I never know from week to week at what stage I'm bringing through. So which Divine Masculines, Divine Feminines, which part of the stage of the journey I'm bringing through. So I'll have those. Please clarify the Divine Feminine's energy. But to date, they have been consistent, okay? So they have seemed to be following a pattern. And it seems to be following the same pattern from what I'm getting at the moment. So, okay. So the energies that I'm picking up for the Divine Masculines at the moment is that there are either rows going on, there are people interfering, there could be family interfering, friends interfering, a relationship that they're in that they're not getting on particularly well with their partner. Okay, just sort of gossip, people just not being very nice to each other, okay? Which is draining them. It's making them stressed. It's making them, some of them ill, some of them are depressed, some of them are stressed, as I say. Okay. But there is going to be something revealed here that is good. Okay. The good luck card here. So there is something coming in for the Divine Masculine that is going to be a result for them. Now, what that result is, I don't know. What sort of personal results? So can we clarify that, please? Again, we're coming up to a moon, so it could be with the moon that it could be, again, something happening Good luck in talks. Okay, that one flew out of there. So they're wanting to, okay, they're bringing through, like, because of all this stress and the rows that's going on these cards, that we're coming into something, or around the full moon or a full moon cycle, that there is something good coming in where they feel positive to want to talk here. Okay. Now, last week's was the straw that breaks the camel's back. Okay, so it's like this is getting worse here. This is really, now they're not just feeling pressured, they're feeling stressed, they're feeling ill, they're feeling tired, and this just continuous fighting and arguing going on with whoever they're living with, or with, you know, family, friends, or partners. Okay. So the moon is going to, or things are going to be revealed for them where they are wanting to really think about, Spirit are bringing through two things: communicating with the divine feminine, but also, you know, really thinking about where their life is going now and who it's going to be with. So on the divine feminine, your energies are, again, now the last 2 weeks we've had that you've been on that point of, you know, am I going to walk away from this? And I feel that we're still in that mode. Okay. We're still in autumn. We're still going through that where you have been working on yourselves. Okay. You're feeling positive in yourself. You've got a decision. Do I wait for this apology, or do I move on here? Right, just turn the lighting up. So in case you didn't see them because they're a bit dark. Okay. We've got these cards here. So feeling good about yourself, but again, deciding, you know, do I wait for this apology or just move on? Now, I know from a lot of the comments, a lot of you are saying, you know, I'm moving on. But that's fine, that's your choice. But like I said in last week's one, you know, you can put time limits on it, but are you still going to be, you know, are you going to hold yourself to that? Are you going to stick to that? Which I felt that a lot of you can't. So let's have a look at what is in the Divine Masculine's headspace and their thoughts regarding the Divine Feminine. What is in their headspace and thoughts in the Divine Masculine Collective, please, at this current time? Yeah. Some more, please. Yep. Practically coming out, as we've just said, with the top cards. They're wanting to turn their back on all the rows. Like I said with this card, you know, all the shit that's going on. Rows, arguments, bickering, that's stressing them out. Okay, they're wanting to turn their back on this because they're thinking about the Divine Feminine. Okay, but they're feeling stuck. Now, we seem to be going back into this Two of Swords here. So I'm just wondering if this is for a group now that isn't last week's. I'm just going to clarify that. Yep, doing some more thinking and waiting before they move forward to be contented. Right, okay. So this could still apply. It's all right. I was just pausing to question Spirit then. So this can still apply to the ones that were feeling pressured last week. Okay, the next wave that they're pushing forward to leave. But also, so if it is those ones, they are having these rows, they're unhappy where they are, they're stressed, it's making them ill, they're very tired. Okay, they're thinking about or wanting to come forward to the Divine Feminine again. You're still in their thoughts. Okay, so basically you're still in their thoughts, but there seem to be yo-yoing here. It's like one day, yeah, you know, I can't take any more of these rows, I'm going to move towards the Divine Feminine, and then it's like the next day, oh, but I need to think about it a bit more. I'll wait a bit more before there's a bit more thinking to do here. So where I said last week that their emotions were all over the place, they were holding it in, almost wearing sort of a mask on how they are feeling so that people around them don't know the extent of their feelings towards you. I'm getting the feeling that they need to think a bit more about it. But then we have got, them wanting to come forward again, wanting to escape from this, to be contented on this twin flame journey, 1111. The feeling I'm getting with them waiting is because if they're with people who rely on them, so if they're in a business connection or if they are in a relationship or a marriage, it's not going to be easy to walk away. I know they walked away from you and they found it easy to do that. Some of them, not all of them. Or you cut them out, etc. So this is for the group whose masculines left you. Okay, and now they are in this situation that they've got themselves into, or they were in a marriage before and now, they're still in that marriage, but it's not working. But they have financial ties. And I know that people don't want to hear that, but it is a fact of life. I'm married. If I was to leave, then it's not as simple as me just walking out the door. Yes, I can walk out the door, but the fact that the mortgage still exists, or the bills still exist, or the rent still exists, or custody of the children, etc., etc., etc. And a lot of men, divine masculines or divine feminines, will bury their head in the sand because it's easier to live with the pain that is within them and the longing than to actually deal with the shit that's going to go down in order for them to break free. That's not going to apply for everybody, but that is the message that they are bringing through here. So if it's not resonating, then this week's divine masculine, divine feminine journey isn't one that's going to resonate with you, isn't for you, my lovelies. So they are really seesawing here. They're really, really stressed and mentally, but they just, one minute they're talking themselves into it, the next minute they're talking themselves out of it, put it that way. So for you, what is in the divine feminine's headspace, please, this week? What is in the divine feminine's headspace and thoughts this week regarding the divine masculine? Now, this isn't gender specific. We're all, divine feminine, divine masculine within us. So take it as it resonates, whichever pile. Right, you've got the 9 of Cups on your side, whereas he had it on that side. You've got it on this side. So the feeling I'm getting from this with the Ace of Swords and the 5 of Swords is that some of you may have had communication. You may have had truth spoken to you and you don't like what you hear. You may have heard something about your divine masculine that you don't particularly like. But there is some other news coming that is, wish fulfilled here, or good news, okay? There is some good news coming. So you may have heard, or three things are coming through. They're either saying that you may have heard some news that you didn't particularly like, either directly from the divine masculine or, whoever you're dealing with, that you didn't like, or else, but there is better news coming. Sorry, it's just so bitty this week, that what they're bringing through, because I feel that they're trying to be specific. And also that it could be that you feel like you cannot go on with this battle anymore. Like I said before, are you waiting for this apology? Are you going to wait for them to come back in to say they're sorry? Or are you just like had enough? But there is some news coming in that is good news here. Right. But again, you've still got that decision. The decision is yours, divine feminine. So, dear Spirit guys, what is in the Divine Masculine's heart space, please? What are their feelings and emotions towards the Divine Feminine at this current time? Leaving card. King of Rods. Swords. Okay, from this I feel that they are thinking about, in their feelings and their emotions, how they deceived you, how they walked away from you, okay, and how miserable they have been here. But they are now thinking of being stronger about the family that they want, you know, the happy family life that they want, because they're not happy where they are. So I'm getting a bit of a double-edged sword here. I'm getting that some of them are right, I'm going to be firmer in the family I'm in, which isn't what you want to hear at this time, but that's for a very few of you, Spirit are saying, is that they are deciding, you know, whether they sort out the family situation they're in or they walk away. And for some of them, they are thinking about how they walked away from you, how they hurt you, and that they've got to toughen up in the situation they're in. You know, learn to say no more and be more forceful, like the King of Swords. Really a strange one this week. Really, really strange. Not how the others have been at all. So what is in the Divine Feminine's heart space, please? What's in the Divine Feminine's heart space and feelings and emotions towards the Divine Masculine at this current time? Devil energy. Okay, let me pull out some more. Yeah, okay. Want me to pull one more, so bear with me. Okay, so the feeling I'm getting from the Divine Feminines is that you, for some of you, you have gone back into devil energy in your emotions and your heart because you're losing faith in this connection. Okay, and I've got the Page of Cups, but I'm seeing that as a child. So you're either seeing them as you have lost your temper with them, okay, in your emotions. It's like, why am I putting up with this? Why am I waiting and waiting and waiting? Nothing's happening. I've had enough. They're never going to come towards me. I'm confused. I'm trying to be strong. I've worked on myself. And you're going back into devil energy here because there may be children involved here on either side. Okay, so if they've got a family, you're thinking, you know, they're never going to leave because of the children or a child. For some of you, if there are no children, or some of you, it may be that you've got children and they've gone and you're thinking they're not going to come back because of my children or my child. But it could be for some of you where there's no children involved that you're just like had enough of their childish behavior and their immaturity. So you're going back into devil energy because you're not getting the commitment that you want here. So Archangel Michael wants to give a card on this devil energy because we don't want you going back into this devil energy. That is the point of the devil energy, the negativity, is to keep you stuck, to keep you apart. The more you're in a negative energy, the more resistance you are doing, the more self-doubt and everything, which is now what you're starting to go back down into. So let's see what Archangel Michael says about this. Archangel Michael, what message do you have for the Divine Feminines, please, regarding this negative energy? What flipped over there? Eternal love, okay? Out of all the cards, and I'll pick that pile up, they're all the right way up. There was only one flipped over, and that was eternal love. So he's saying, help me perceive all of the love that surrounds me so that I can feel safe receiving, expressing and giving love. So he's saying this is an eternal connection. This is eternal love. So do not go back into this devil energy. Any doubts or any anger or anything you're starting to build up again is only taking you right back to the beginning, and you're going to have to work on it all again. So nip it in the bud whilst you can. Listen to positive affirmations on YouTube. Listen to whatever you can. Do whatever you can to raise your energy, because once you sink down low, you're going to spiral out of control, and the connection will take forever and a day to get back on track. You're going to have to do all that hard work that you've been doing all over again. So Archangel Michael has come in to say this is eternal love. They want me to pull a romance angel here to sort of convince you again. So we'll see what comes through. Pay attention to the red flags. Now that is saying the signs are cautioning you. Okay, you'll notice the signs that you're having with this devil energy coming back in. It's almost like you've been hiding, you've been closing yourself off to the world, working on yourself, okay, and you lift up the veil and these hands are coming through to grab you again. You're mine, you're my pretty, you know, back into this shitty devil energy where you're just going to be miserable again. So for those of you that are really sinking low or feeling that you've had enough, then that's fine, that's up to you, but do not expect them to come closer, because all that's happening is we're starting to part again now. There's starting to be this gap again, and we don't want that. We want it to remain where, you know, they are, because you're going into devil energy. They're starting to feel it. That's why they're now wavering, whereas they've been strong. For those of you, you know, that haven't gone back into union, well, obviously you wouldn't be watching this video if you were back in union, but there was, you know, a lot that were pushed back into contact a couple of weeks ago, but now it's been sort of the straw that breaks the camel's back, and there's still this. But this week it's pushing the energies all over the place, because you're negative, they're starting to feel okay. So let's have a look at the general messages between you know, on the just what's going on, any messages that Spirit bring through regarding this. So dear Spirit guys, what messages do you have regarding the twin flame journey and the divine masculines and feminines this week at this current time, please? Again, you know, the Nine of Pentacles, being independent, working on yourselves. This is what you've been doing. There's rows, okay, but this I'm getting as there's still rows, because we've had that here with them before, and we've had it here. So it's saying two things: that you're in this conflict with yourself. You were doing so well, but now you're in conflict with yourself, confused and not knowing what to do, and your thoughts, you know, you're in battle with your thoughts, yourself. Okay, but also that there's still rows where they are. Still this Page of Cups, but on this one I'm not seeing it as a child. I am seeing it as this, you know, coming forward with the cup, with the offer of love, expressing emotions. And their truce with the Page of Swords. But feeling fed up. So, okay, the feeling that they're giving me from this isn't exactly them coming. Okay, as I was saying it, they said, no, it's 2. Okay, so for some of you, it's still where you're seeing them as immature. It's on pages. So you're thinking, well, where is their love? You know, even if they offered me something, told me something, or, you know, did something. So you're feeling fed up. Okay, with the 4 of Cups, you're feeling fed up here. For others of you, it is them with this rouse. You know, they're wanting to come forward, but they are still then indecisive. Okay, do I, don't I, sort of feeling I'm getting there. How do I do this as well? How am I going to get this right? 3 of Cups. Now, it can be a reunion, okay, or it can be because of this third party. So again, take that as that's 2 messages for those of you that there is no third party. Then they are wanting this reunion, wanting to meet up. Well, and in general, but for some of you, they are thinking, you know, how am I going to get out of this situation I'm in? How am I going to walk away? You know, and they've had the 8 of Cups here. So the 8 of Cups has come out twice. How am I going to just leave all this behind me? And on here, I was being drawn to the mole here, the little mole, as if like I heard the words then, you know, how am I going to get away from this? Because they've been keeping their karmic in the dark as to their feelings towards you or even your existence. Because it is going to impact on them as well. For this, you know, wanting this new start, new beginning, this passion in their life, because they just haven't got any passion. It's just finances and career and no true love there. Not for all of them. This is just for a certain few. Yeah, wanting to come in again as the Knight of Wands, wanting to move on with their rod of passion here. On both of those. How do I get away from this? All I keep hearing is, how am I going to do this? Especially, you know, if they are with another partner and, you know, they have been rowing, etc. Now, on this 8 of Cups, all the cups are in place. But on this one, because there's some that are spilt, it's like that is telling me that the karmic who's been kept in the dark doesn't know his feelings or the divine masculine's feelings towards the divine feminine. You know, all they're aware of is that there's been these rows and there's been arguments and it's not been a very nice time. But she doesn't know to the extent of why, because he's been keeping this within himself. So he's sort of thinking, well, how am I going to do this? Because I'm going to have to say, I don't want to be with you anymore, Mrs. Moly Moly Moly. I want to be with my divine feminine, but it's going to cause a lot of emotions all over the place here. And the Page of Pentacles with security, you know, I might have this passion to start this new life or wanting to, but what security? What am I going to come away with? It's going to cost me. It's going to be costly. This is stuff that I'm hearing from Spirit. You know, the Justice card, you know, if there's a divorce or contracts, legal binding contracts, etc., you know, what impact is this going to have on me financially? And I feel that that is why a lot of them are burying their heads back in the sand, because it's going, all they're thinking is, this is just going to be so much trouble. This is just going to be, I don't think I've got the strength, especially as they're down as it is and tired and stressed. But emotions usually win. You know, we live by our emotions, and usually, like I said last week, the straw that breaks the camel's back. They're gonna have to give in, because it doesn't matter how many times their logic says, you know, one day they can be saying, yes, I definitely want to go. I know where my passion is. I want my divine feminine, etc., etc. And then the next day they're like, oh my God, this is going to cost me. This is going to be ugly. This is going to be awful. Do I really want to go through a divorce? Oh, I'll just shut off my feelings. You know, it's just an illusion. I can't have my divine feminine. So why bother? And then the next day, no, the emotions are back. I've got to get out of here. We're rowing. I can't stand this anymore. So that's the sort of feeling I'm getting from the divine masculines here. You know, it's a bit like you on your side as well. That's it. I've had enough. I'm not waiting anymore. You can go and do one, blah, 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 blah. And then a couple of days later, you're watching YouTube videos again. Is he going to come to me? Is he going to contact me? What's the next stage on the journey? You know, all these sort of things, because you're up and down as well. So it's a very up and down energy I'm feeling. This week's reading is really unsettled. It's like a yo-yo, or it's just seesaw. The past here, there's still that connection between you. It will not go away. If you're true twin flame, it's not going to go away regardless. And wanting to come in again. So there's two cards here where he's wanting to come in to the past, but it's going to cost. At what cost? And do I have the energy to go through this? Is what's the feeling and what spirit are telling me. Emotions, okay, emotional. They're emotional. There's a lot of emotions in this moon cycle since the last full moon to this full moon coming up in November. A lot of us, you know, divine masculines and divine feminines being very emotional. Emotions all over the place, I'm being told. But with this eye, divine are watching over. They're saying, don't go back into this devil energy again. Do not go back into it. It's almost like this is a test. Yeah, but, you know, emotional, wanting to move on. And again, we've got that moon. So I know that the moon cycle's very strong on this. To have that union, look, the lovers, but this card is totally different. This is like the Two of Cups for me in this deck. You know, you're divinely connected by this light. It comes from one that is going into both of you. The passion between you both cannot be denied, they're saying. It cannot be denied. So emotions will win over ego. Yeah, the heartbreak. There has to be ending somewhere. Well, they've already finished with you, so it's got to be with the situation that they're in. But can they do it? They're thinking about the pain in their hearts of not being with you, the pain of what's going on here with the karmic or the family situation. You know, if it's because of parents that they can't leave because their parents oppose this or whatever, you know, they've got to break their hearts. So there's, you know, they're breaking your heart, their own heart aches. They're going to be breaking the hearts of family or, you know, marriages, etc. Okay, so a lot of heartache here. And that's what they're scared of. That is what is keeping them stuck in this yo-yo. I can't take it anymore. Yes, I'm going to have to put up with it. No, I really can't take it anymore. Well, I'm just going to have to put up with it, like it or lump it, because it's easier to stay where I am than go through and hurt everybody. Hurting one person and hurting themselves is different to hurting a whole family. Yeah, thinking about the future, you know, really, really negative, down energies this week. You know, again, thinking about their security. What am I going to come away with? just pull out 3 more, they're saying. Where is this going? The King of Wands. So you could be dealing with an fire sign here. Aries, Leo, Sag. Doesn't have to be, but them really deciding, looking and not happy. I'm still picking up rows. I'm still getting their passion. Waiting again, that Hangman again, like we had over here. Waiting. But while they're upside down is clarity as well. Yeah, major changes, the Death card. Just pull one more. This is me wanting to pull one more. Major changes, the end of the old, beginning of the new. Something has got to change to get out of this miserable situation, to get what they want with the World card. So it's like there's going to be changes because they can't. I really, really feel that however much they think, I can't go through with this, I can't do that, the emotional pressure that is on them is going to be too great. How long can they wear this false mask and pretend that they're happy to everybody around them when inside they are not? There is so much conflict inside them that they're either going to drive themselves mad, they're going to be cuckoo because they just can't take the pressure anymore. If you've got a pressure cooker and that valve is going to blow at some point if it's not balanced correctly, and they are not balanced. So something will give. Something has got to give. So let's have a look at some romance angels. They're calling me too. So romance angels, what final messages do you have for this week's general collective of divine masculines? Please. Children, like I say, you know, there could be children involved in this, and they're thinking about the children and their family. Your love life is being affected by children. With the children, with the dogs, you know, being loyal to the children. Dogs are loyal. But for you, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Chemistry, there's a strong magnetic attraction here. So the chemistry is still there. Their emotions, I really feel like it's like a pressure point, and it's like, and it's gonna like the whistling kettles that you have on the gas stove. You know, you put it on and it's when it gets to that point, it whistles it like it's gonna blow. It's gonna blow. And that's the really strong feeling I'm getting from this week's reading. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Like I say, they're wearing a mask. How long can they carry on wearing this mask? Because they're deceiving those around them and themselves. Very soon. Like I say, this is going to blow very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. But I feel this is all the divine masculine. The deception that they've got with those around them, but wanting to remain loyal if there's children or families involved. But for you, stay optimistic. And it's just saying very soon, this is going to blow. Healing family issues. You know, how do they get this right? Especially if there's parents involved that they don't want to, because of religious factors as well, you know, or because of a family situation they're in with a wife and children, or a husband and children. true love. It's true love, like Archangel Michael said, with eternal love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So I don't even feel like I want to pull my normal oracle cards. I'm just going to end up as a summary then. So dear spirit guides, what messages? The Fool flipped over then, you know, wanting this new beginning, taking that leap of faith. So what other messages do you have regarding the divine masculines at this current time? You know, you are very much in their thoughts, but also you need to stay true to yourself. When we say about, when readers say about being the divine feminine, having self-love, etc. Okay, I pulled a very good card, and I think I said it in the live question and answers. I said, it says, now is the time to love, nurture and heal yourself. Self-love is not simply a state of mind about feeling good. It's a state of appreciation for yourself that grows and matures from actions you take to support your body, mind and soul. So it's no good you feeling one day, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. You know, yeah, I must really love myself. I've done my work. I am the divine feminine. And then the next day or the day after that, you feeling shit again. Okay, because it's saying it's like a rose that grows. It needs watering. It needs sunshine. So it needs constant attention. It needs sunshine is the positivity. Negativity will make it shrivel up and die. So, you know, like it says, self-love is not simply a state of mind about feeling good. It's a state of appreciation for yourself that grows and matures from actions you take to support your body, mind and soul. So your physical body, your emotions, your mental and your spiritual. Okay, the Hangman fell out then. So the Hangman again, you know, this is waiting. You don't have to wait, but Judgment Day is coming. You know, they're going to get that wake-up call whether they like it or not, to get what they want and to communicate. So this week's is more about the fact that they are going to blow, because it doesn't matter how much they keep their feelings in, then they're going to come out. It's going to come out. They're going to blow. So it doesn't matter how many times they say to themselves, oh, well, I'll just stay where I am. You know, we've already separated, so they've gone on with their lives. You know, if I come back in, it's going to start everything again. I've got to be in the proper place to do this, because if I come back into their lives and then I'm not ready and I go back to my wife and children or to my family and my mother or whatever, it's going to start this all over again. So they are being careful. And they are the ones, you know, we think the divine feminines are living in this torment. The divine masculines are as well, because they do want to be with you. They're not happy where they are, but it's just at what cost? And for some of them, it's easier to put up with the shit that they're in and them being miserable than to have the expense and upset that's going to go with it. But then that's life. So there we go. So please don't forget to check out all the other bits that are going on with my channel. It's not just, you know, the odd reading. I do have a structure to it. So hopefully, you know, if you press the subscribe button and the alert button, then you can be notified of any new ones that I do post. And again, check out the community tab for the live question and answer session. Okay, my lovelies, I will leave that with you this week. Love and light.